Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Um, Yesterday again I skipped the meditation and the video. I haven't posted anything. It was again a very challenging day. I was really close to having a car accident, a car crash. I've avoided in the last moment, which was amazing. I've been driving for the last 20 years and I've always considered myself a very good driver. And what happened yesterday was very unexpected and very surprising to me, and that kind of diverted all my calendar for yesterday. So yeah, and now this should be the seventh day, I think, or the eighth day of my challenge. I came back with this idea that I should maybe anchor my meditation practice in a more established practice. And I thought of Alan Wallace. I would consider is one of my unofficial mentors. I attended to one of his retreats in Wales, England, a while ago before the pandemic in 2018, I think. And for me, that was a true present. The whole week, it was for 6 nights. We stayed there. It was amazing. He guided us through stages of contemplative practice, which was amazing. That was when I became aware of Alan Wallace a few years before, and he convinced me of the value of his teachings when I saw him on a debate with Sean Carroll, the particle physicist, and I realized I would love to I would love to get to know Alan Wallace more. So that's how I got to his retreat in 2018, where also I bought this book, the the seven point mind training, and I am planning from now on to read a little bit from it before I get to the meditation. So I prepared a few ideas I've extracted from the first 10 pages of the book, and as I said at the beginning, I think it's important for me to root my practice into something that is well established. It gives me a frame of reference, and also it gives me, when my intuition is not there, it could give me a lot of help in terms of what to do next, what's next, in terms of practice, in terms of interpretation, in terms of like the method. How can I improve the method, or how can I interpret how can I interpret the outcomes of my practice? Okay, now let's get to The first point. So the book is called The 7 Point Mind Training, and I've read a little bit of the first chapter today, which is about the first point. And the first point refers to the preliminaries, um, preliminary, preliminaries for the Dharma, for practicing Dharma. And this is commonly known in the Tibetan Buddhism under the name of Lam Rim. And what does this mean? And what does this refer to? It refers to 4 types of awareness. Yeah. So the first awareness is the awareness of the preciousness of human life, and total agreement. How do you say? I agree completely to this first step. Human life I consider precious, even through my most depressive states. I realized that I would not want to end my life, or life in general would not be devaluated by any act of um, suicide. If it would rather increase, it would rather increase the value of life, mostly because the sadness in one's life led to committing suicide, not that the life in itself is not valuable. I think there are 2 different categories: the sadness and life in itself. The second kind of awareness is the awareness of death and impermanence, which I already alluded to. So impermanence, death, we die, we die little by little every day. Our cells die off, and they are replaced by new ones. We have symbolic deaths. Sometimes we experience death in nightmares, or maybe just regular dreams. And obviously we lose previous generations, like grandparents, parents, and sometimes, which is even more sad, newer generations. Yeah. The next kind of awareness is awareness of karma and its effects. And now, if you have this belief in cause and effect, probably you're gonna find this third point being really easy to accept. Most of the time, when people talk about karma, they talk about karma from previous lives. Again, for Buddhists, this is something central. They do believe in past lives, and I have past life regressions. I don't think I use in assessing my experience with past life regression. I no longer use this concept, I'm no longer, I don't need to be convinced or uh, by the fact that there was a past life or there will be a future life. I'd rather been drawn to past life regressions due to the uh, scenarios and psychological dynamics and emotional dynamics that might be brought to the surface, or the way how those contents of my past life regression session, how those contents could be used in alleviating some of my emotional challenging states, or even explaining in a symbolic way why why I did some of those things that I've done in the past, or why had I had to go through some challenging experiences, or why do I show more more stronger some personality traits than others. And I've included this past life regression sessions in a broader frame that helps me interpreting what's happening in my life, and I find this good enough. I don't really debate um, the validity in terms of factual experiences. So yeah, I no longer debate whether or not past lives are a fact or not. I don't want to go there, and I don't feel I need to go there. Okay, and the fourth point here is awareness of unsatisfactory nature of the cycle of existence. So again, when I was talking about the preciousness of human life, I alluded to depression and the act of committing suicide. So the unsatisfactory nature of the cycle of existence could um, be could be connected with the repetitive aspect of a trauma that could lead to committing suicide. So, with all these four awarenesses, the preciousness of human life, death and impermanence, karma and its effects, and the unsatisfactory nature of the cycle of existence, with all these awarenesses, I would like to invite you now to read a few more paragraphs from the first chapter, which is about the awareness of preciousness of human life. So the first paragraph starts like this: in this lifetime, each of us is gifted with a human body and with circumstances, both external and internal, that are conducive to a fruitful spiritual practice of potentially great depth. To understand how precious this opportunity is, it helps to have reached a sense of conviction that we are each endowed with a continuum of consciousness that is not confined to this life alone, and moreover, that our actions and behavior have significance from one life to another. I like the story. I like these stories, and I relate to it as a story but also I check whether or not my body likes it and my body reacts in a good way to this kind of ideas. Once we have gained the confidence of conviction in this area, it is so beneficial and so awe-inspiring to weave this awareness into our consciousness and let it permeate our subtle emotional responses, our deepest sense of who we are. Unless we have integrated the awareness of past and future lives into our way of viewing the world, our values and our life decisions are probably dominated by a sense of this current lifetime as an isolated event, which for some people that are rooted in the more materialistic and more scientific based approach, it's obviously more appealing. This is the only life, and we act as this makes the life even more precious in their eyes. That's why we have to do our best. For some people this is depressive, and I might be one of them. Like I feel it's a waste of time if this is just lost, or this is lost. What I mean by that, I mean that all the knowledge and the wisdom we accumulated is just lost. I can't come to terms with that. Okay, next paragraph. It is very important not to grasp at forms, thinking that the year will be a success only if it turns out a certain way. Simply drop such expectations and remain fluid. Instead, we can work very deeply with the motivation that the year, whatever we are doing, may be of the greatest possible benefit, not only in this lifetime, but overall, in service to others and in our own growth towards full awakening. The motivation is of paramount importance. Next paragraph. Everyone desires essentially the same things as ourselves: a lasting state of contentment and freedom from suffering, pain, anxiety, and fear. The Buddha Dharma starts from where we are right now, with our uncertainties and our shortcomings, as well as our wholesome qualities. It starts here, not after we have become bodhisattvas. And one more idea. Keep in mind that Dharma is not confined to formal practice, sitting cross-legged in meditation or reciting sadhanas. Dharma is meant here in a broad sense, but not in a sense so diluted or deluded that living Dharma all the times means very little Dharma at all time. I think the main idea that I really resonated with was that the practice starts from where we are, not from where we want to be in order to start this journey. Because some journeys are taken by us, but mostly life is not chosen by us. It is as it happens. And if we want to have an input into our lives, we don't need to wait the perfect moment, because that perfect moment might not ever come, or will be so late when that perfect moment comes. And obviously just waiting and postponing, it's another sign of I would say another sign of depression. With these ideas presented, I invite you now for 10 minutes meditation. I don't have my alarm with my phone with me to set the alarm, but I think we can make it. So get in your relaxed position and join me whenever you are ready. 12 minutes have passed. Yeah, and my feedback. So again, today I'm a bit tired, not that much. It's late, it's 2 o'clock in the night here. Since 10 p.m. yesterday, I was trying to wrap up another presentation I had to finish, and it took me so long. So again, because of the late hour, my body tends to go to sleep. My mind, no. My mind was quite awake, but very easily distracted. So I managed somehow to get back to the meditation. What I mean by that is to get back to paying attention to my breath. But somehow there is a match between my body and at least my intention, or the fact that I'm just sitting here is very relaxing and puts me back into that that state I called on my first video vibrating stillness, and it again gives me the sense of unity, the sense of wholeness. It doesn't feel like, oh, this part of my body is too energetic compared to this other one, and doesn't feel like it feels a little bit maybe close to schizophrenic, like the energy is all over before the meditation. It's all over and it's not really working in a synergistic way. But through the meditation, all these energies, they come together and they start resonating with each other, and they start to work together in a way that for me is very beneficial. I forgot what I thought about, because I was seeing different type of scenarios and events while I was meditating. I honestly forgot about them. But yeah, I think this is the video for today. This was way longer video than the previous ones. I see it came to 36 minutes now. So thanks a lot to everyone who managed to join me. Again, please get in touch and let me know how you do your practice, your contemplative meditative practice, how far you are on this journey, and if you see me doing something that can be optimized, please let me know. Till tomorrow, I hope you're gonna have a good sleep. Take care. Bye bye.